Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Chartertown here, and today we have this epic bag, or hopefully, of world coins. I'm just saying that because the last few have been out of this world, and I'm hoping to continue that. We're looking for old stuff, silver coins, designs I've never seen before. There's been so much variety in these past few bags that we'll see what happens after I pour it out in just a few moments, and we'll look through every coin together. And the first coin that I'm seeing, I certainly have not seen in the past. I can tell variety when I see it. 1969 Poland looks like some sort of commemorative 10 zloty coin, and I don't know what that says, but it's just a kind of standout design. I'm not really sure. It says 1944 to 1969, so probably some sort of 25-year commemorative, but kind of fun to start out on a little bit of a different note. Here's a classic 1972 1 franc coin. And then another classic, a 5 pesetas from 1960. You can see in the star, they'll probably say 57 on the front. Down there. That's one that we've seen quite a bit in the past on these hunts. So after that, we're going to get a Mexican coin here, and it's 5 centavos from 1936. So that always looks a lot different from most of the other Mexican coinage, and I don't know why they did that, but that's kind of how it played out. Right here is a Norwegian one, 5 ore, and I don't know what those three things kind of symbolize, if it's just some sort of floral design. Whatever it is, neat coin, 1956 going to be the date. Unfortunately, there is kind of some gunk that's accumulated on it. After that, we're going to see a neat one, 1957 here from England, 2 shillings. I think, is that the same as a half crown? I need to get my the command of the pre-decimal better. We have a pair of 1 franc coins from 1960 as well. I just wanted to get those kind of out of the way as soon as possible. 1893, though, is not the date that I expected when I picked up this coin. It looked like some kind of modern Swiss coinage, Switzerland, 20 Rappen, but kind of fun to get us started there with a pre-1900 coin so soon into the hunt. After that, we've got this one, Belgian, 10 francs in 1969. Don't think it's going to be silver, unfortunately, and they always have these absurdly plain designs, which I have to say I'm not a huge fan of, but that's what they get to do. I haven't really heard of Belgian coinage being exactly the pinnacle of coin art, though. 1959, 2 shillings. Again, not going to focus too much on that. This is interesting, though. RF, and that cap means the République Française. 1938, 5 centimes, so a really tiny coin. I don't know why they decided to switch over to having hold coinage, because most of the coinage from France never really had that, and I don't know if it was like for making a bracelet or something out of it, but it just doesn't really make much sense in the context of the overall French philosophy on coins. Then we have an Argentinian find, 1 peso from 1960, some deep scratches there. And I don't think that this one's super valuable, but it kind of looks proof-ish, but, it's definitely not, or I'd be shocked if it was. The surface is kind of interesting, though, is what I'm trying to say. This one's always interesting, 1944, 1 franc here. It's an aluminum coin, but it's also not from the French government. This was the puppet government put in place by the Germans during World War II, and you can tell because the État français, not the Republic, and then this Travail, Famille, Patrie is a different slogan that they put on the coins. 5 peseta here. This one is 1958 as evidenced. I'll try to zoom in this time so you can really see in that star there. 1957 being the overall series date, though. After that, we'll get some Trinidad and Tobago, 1975, 1 cent. Those coins have been appearing kind of frequently in some of our past hunts. Here's another kind of comparison that I just wanted to point out. 5 centimes here, 1975 from France, 10 francs from 1953. They actually revalued these coins, so this became 10 centimes. This was 5 centimes. Some commenter was saying that people would try to scam tourists at the airport with the old coins, trading them for 100 times their values to people who didn't know any better. More English coinage, though. I didn't want to focus on it too much if we've already seen it. And this one's more of it, but this time we've got some silver. So 1922 1 shilling is quite an old coin. This one is, I think it's still a 50% silver coin, though. I could be totally off on this, but I think that they transitioned in like 1920, 1921 meaning that this one, despite being pretty old and from a country that generally has a solid monetary system, not worth too much in terms of the silver. It'd take us until 1965 to stop having silver content. Now, this one's a coin that I've never seen before. It's République Française, but it looks just either older, maybe it's a 10 franc. Yeah, 1948. It doesn't feel silver, though, unfortunately. Maybe it is. That would be a great surprise. It feels solid metal, though, when I think, 1947, I think that there were some aluminum 5 francs, so they decided to, I guess, not just use aluminum unless I'm feeling this coin, but just kind of interesting to see that contrast there. And was this the more French? So tons of French and English coinage today, and I can kind of see some floating around as well. I'm going to try to just show it off really quick so that we can focus on some of the other cool coins. After that, we have this Romanian coin, 1 leu. So that's a country in Europe, 1924, which is also pretty old, that we don't see quite as often. That's a pretty clean looking coin. Wish that there wasn't that little dot there. After that, I wonder if this will be Canadian or something. 10 cents. Yeah, I think that's definitely Canada. Canada from is that 1929? I think that is the coin that we're looking at. And I wonder, some of the older Canadian coins, while they're not super valuable at the top like American ones might be, they can be maybe a little bit more rare, like at the lower conditions. So anyways, kind of a neat coin, more silver there. And then this one I've been trying to avoid, but it's a half crown just because it's kind of a cooler coin that I wanted to wait on. 1929. I think this still might be 50% silver, though. This one, more Great Britain. It's like a European tour almost today. And I think that's still 50% silver. So I wonder if it hasn't been cleaned up, though I could see something like a half crown retaining some higher silver content for longer. But I do think, if I had to guess, that this is still going to be a 50% silver coin. After that, we have more French here. This is the one before that, 50 centimes, with these pretty designs that are a little bit smaller. But then this one is an older Italian one, 1861, 5 centesimi. I wonder if M stands for Milan or something. And you have Vittorio Emanuele II, the King of Italy, being minted on these. And I forget exactly when the Italian states kind of came together. 1944 United States of America, back when we were involved in the Philippines. I want to get back to this, though, because I've heard that, like in ancient coins, rulers would kind of mint their face on currency and then circulate it in regions, just trying to kind of prove that they were ruling a certain area themselves, when their control was not that cut and dry. So I wonder if it was a similar thing going on there. 1958, though, 5 centavos here from Mexico. Then a 1967 Portuguese coin, 5 escudos. After that, more French, kind of crazy. This one's a 1 peseta. I want to kind of finally get to this one, which has been, keeping me 1790. It had been keeping me looking forward to it because it looked old. Ad usum foderati Belgium. I wonder if it's a Belgian. That definitely looks Belgian from the front of that. That just looks... I've seen that kind of lion that looks similar, some of the older or the newer currency. Wow. I wonder what this is, what the denomination is, all that sort of stuff. I'll have an update as I do for the silver coins on this one. This has definitely, been in a lot of hands and seen a lot of wear and seen the world. And it's a lot older than I am. But most of these coins are anyways. 1961 1 franc, then a Norwegian 2-ore coin here. After that, it doesn't look like anything super wild. Another Spanish 5 pesetas. Shame we can't exchange those anymore. 20 drachma from 1976 from Greece. And then, let's see, we have a 1974 aluminum 10... I don't even know what. Maybe it's Pakistani with that crescent. I don't exactly know. 1 franc there. Another 1942 Vichy French. This one's Irish. I don't think we've had any Ireland coins. 1971, we always have that harp seen on a lot of their coins. And then finally, no better way to end it than with another French coin. So while honestly I didn't love, most of our coins and hunts have a little bit more variety. We had some larger silver coins, and I think this one's going to be the standout for sure. You don't see 1790 stuff very frequently. And today, was a great day as a result after finding this coins. So we've got another hunt on the way. I'm going to film it right after this, actually, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. It'll probably release in about 2 Mondays. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretown.yt.com, Facebook, Treasuretown, Instagram @TreasuretownYT, or Twitter @Treasuretown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.